this shit up. We can go to the Strong's Concordance and really decipher what flower of age mean in biblical terminology. It means menstrual or puberty, like bro said. So it's saying once she's reached the flower, it say, but if any man think he behave of uncommonly towards his virgin, if she pass the flower of her age and need so, let him do what he will. He sinneth not, let them marry. And that's
in other words, it's telling you to rape her into submission.
That's the main reason why Joseph was able to get Mary pregnant with Jesus at the age of 12. Because these motherfuckers some pedophiles
wait. Let's get this right now. It wasn't Joseph according to them. It was their God that was fucking that 12-year-old girl.
Ooh, that's even worse.
Yeah, now you see my point of view.
That's even worse. That's even worse, G. That's even worse, bro.
Why do you think I say if you wasn't a pedophile, he sure as hell was a hebephile?
A hebephile on phone on grade, like, and that's what I'm saying. See, like a lot of people don't know the God that they dealing with. This is a fucked up deity. You feel me?
Wait. Let's ask another question. Why is their God making her cheat on her husband?
Exactly. So we got to understand, you feel me? When we dealing with this God is the fucking devil. Why do you think he was, man, Abraham was finna sacrifice his son to summon the spirit of God. And then when he was this close to doing it, God basically told him, I'm just playing. I was just saying if you was gonna do it.
If you do, you's a dumbass. So to give your dumbass a replacement, go over there and get that ram out the bushes, bitch. The dumbass nigga.
Man, G, this shit is crazy, G. So it's deep, you know. I say like, and like, if you're a Christian, you feel me, a Muslim or a Jew, you feel me. Don't take offense, but you know, y'all worship.
Be offended at mine though. I'm trying to offend your senses until you snap to reality.
Bro,
be offended.
Especially like that. These three main monotheistic religions, man, they worship a lie. You know, they worship a lie. You know, they defenders of lie. A Christian is a liar, first and foremost, because a Christian don't give a fuck about the truth. They care about belief. And as long as they got belief, they don't give no fuck if they belief is proven wrong, because they believe it to be true. They lie defenders, and they would defend it to the death of them. So you can never trust a Christian. Real talk though. Real talk. That's the sorcery that's put on them. That's why we say religion is a spirit trap, because it traps the spirit inside of a box. You feel me? It's very unhealthy for the mind, spirit, or the soul. You feel me? Be trapped in a box, because you are eternal beings. How the fuck can we be an eternal being and reach the pinnacles of ourselves if our spirit is in a fucking religious box? That shit is crazy.
So the sister said, back in that time, Mary was a walk-in. There's so much more to the story when you hear it from above. We hearing it from earth, baby. We not hearing it from above. They teaching it on earth in earth English to earth people that live on earth. They not thinking from a higher mind. So if they not thinking from a higher mind, the author didn't want them to evolve into a higher mentality, or else he would have told the story from a higher perspective than from the human perspective. Right? So what we looking at, right, all of this shit, mass weapons of mass distraction. As long as you looking for God externally, you can never find the internal connection to God. That's what the whole point of the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, the Mishnah, all that shit is to stop you from looking internally for God and start telling you to find somebody else to be your God. Because if you start using your willpower to create your best life, then somebody gonna get jealous, because only me, I'm the only God you can say something about. That bitch shit there is the fakest God shit I ever heard.
Hey, real quick, hey, wife of DM, I just gave you the gun, got it. So shit, any ops in this bitch, blick their ass, though. You got the gun, but go ahead though. My bad, bro.
No, they can stay in here because I'll roast their motherfucking ass. I'm with the bullshits. But you got your moderators. I don't want to interfere with their job. Keep doing what y'all doing. But the reality of it is this, man. All of the ancients say the same thing. You find it in the pyramids of Egypt. You can find it in Mexico, China, all around the world. It say man. No. It don't say no Yahweh. It don't say no Allah. It don't say no Abraham, Moses. It say know thyself.
Exactly.
Once you know thyself, all that shit they talking about sound like Charlie Brown adults.
Exactly. And you know, one thing that these texts, take away from you, knowledge of self. You can't have divine knowledge of self if you're a Jew, a Hebrew, or a Muslim. You feel me? You can't, because divine knowledge of self is realizing, coming to the self-realization, or the third illumination, as Tudi called it in the Emerald Tablets. The third illumination is basically when you come to the self-realization that you are God. You feel me? When you, if I'm in a religion, I can't identify myself as God. If I'm a Muslim, that's haram. If I'm a Christian, that's a sin to say I am the Most High. I am God. You feel me, G? Because I am a part of Big Mama. Big Mama is the creator. That's the overseer. And I came from her. Big Mama is emanating through every cell in my body. You feel me? Every piece of awareness that I have to create a perception of this reality is because of Big Mama. So I am. You feel me? That's what I am mean. So it's like, but if I'm in a religion, I can't identify myself as God. It's only one God. Jesus is Lord. Or it's only one God, and that's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator of the boundless universe. You feel me? So it's like religion takes away sovereign divinity, which is our birthright to become God again.
And this is the great obstacle to the way, being religion, replacing spirituality, and you put you in this fucking Amen spell. When you tell prayer, put Amen behind it, you telling the God within to remain hidden. Because Amen means the hidden one. And when you're talking to God in prayer, you're talking to your higher consciousness, your higher self. And every time you give them an instruction to say Amen, you tell them to do it, but don't show yourself. That's your light can't shine like that. How the fuck your light gonna shine if you always kissing somebody's ass? I don't care if they call themselves God or not. You supposed to be kissing your own ass if you can kiss it. If you go any ass kissing going on, kiss your own ass. Don't kiss nobody else's.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I would take
your
that
own horn, big up yourself. I'm the one.
Exactly.
Give yourself high five, motherfucker.
And this how we build confidence, which is an ego thing. A lot of us is being taught in the conscious community to lose your ego. But I teach my reflections and my tribe members how to build the ego. But we need to let the ego reach the pinnacles of confidence without becoming arrogant. You feel me? So a lot of us suffer.
Purification of the ego.
A lot of us suffer from depression, insecurity. I've healed many people with insecurity. You feel me? Through teaching them how to build more ego. When you building confidence, you building your ego up. So like you said, kiss your own ass. Build your ego up. Let your ego reach the pinnacles like Mike Tyson or Michael Jordan without becoming arrogant. Because as soon as we become arrogant, now we need to shed some ego. It needs to be a balance. We need to be confident. We can't be arrogant or insecure. We got to be confident, which is a balanced ego. Keep your ego, because ego means one sense of self. Now this is self-awareness. This is like God. This is like God mode. You feel you activate God mode when you become fully self-aware. This is what ego means. Ego means one sense of self. If I want to pronounce it in Spanish or in Latin or Greek, I would say I or ego means I, like me, myself, and I. If I want to say it in Greek or Latin, I would say ego. But in English, ego means one sense of self. So people saying like lose the ego, it's like you want. All right, I left Christianity, like, and Islam and Judaism, and I'm on a spiritual journey. Why the fuck would I lose my ego out here? And that's all I fucking got is my self-awareness. You lose your ego. People that lose their ego, they become disturbed by other people's confidence. And that be happening to me a lot because I got a lot of confidence, and people just don't like that because they have no ego for themselves. They let somebody tell them that the ego is a bad thing without full understanding. This shit get deep.
Hey, my man put in the beginning was the word, and the word was God. It can't be both. It was either God or it was a word. If it was a word, it had to come after Tudi because he created language. So if it was a word, Tudi was before the word because he created language. Before that, we was all telepathic. So if the language didn't precede the God, then who preceded the language? You see, the word has to be something different. Now, if you want to get a little deeper, the word that they're talking about is thought.
Which is thought. It's Tudi.
You did? And the thought, they say the thought is the cause. The causeless cause is manifest thought. So if the causeless cause is manifest thought, how is the thought manifest? That's the question.
Because so that's a good ass question. And I've dwelt on this in meditation, you feel me, Joe? And it came to pass like, so when we thinking, your thoughts are vibrating. They might be vibrating in a high frequency in their space, but once it reaches the pinnacles, if you can get that thought to vibrate high enough, then it has to manifest through sound. Sound is word. Word, you have to make sound to say a word. So this is sound is really the creator. You feel me? Because but a whole time, I would say not even in the beginning was the word. In the beginning was the thought. Because we use words to express our thoughts. We have to think of a word to speak first and then speak it. So in the beginning was Tudi or thought or thought. Same thing like you said. And it's like we use words to express our thoughts. But word is sound. And this is why, you feel me, Joe? Sound really comes before light. Because I understand if I'm under a cloud and it's thundering, I would see the sound, the thunder sound, then I would hear the thunder sound, then I would see the thunder sound, which is the lightning. But if I'm 10 miles away and I see the storm, I would see the thunder sound first with the lightning, and then I would hear it because sound light travels faster than the speed of sound. But if I was under the cloud, I would see that I would hear the thunderstorm, and then I would see the lightning because sound raises and hurts, and it reaches its capacity, and that energy has to transcend. You feel me? Just like whatever made that sound had to raise and hurt for it to become sound. Now sound has to reach its capacity and hertz to become light. Now light has to reach its capacity and hertz to become solid. You feel me? So that's a deep ass question. You feel me? Like with the whole thought though, but it's deep though, because like you said though, in the beginning that's a mistranslation, you know, and I really want to dive into that. Unless you got something else you want to build on, oh God, I don't, you know. But yeah, so I mean, and when we dealing with belief and lie, you know, I mean, truth and lie, you know. So the truth, we don't deal with belief. Let's digress to let's transition to the belief shit, man, because a lot of people be like, you have to believe in yourself, but you know, it's called divine
my philosophy of belief is this: you can believe anything that you want to believe and be 100% wrong.
Right.
So it's the difference in knowing and believing. I don't believe shit. I know it or I don't know it, and I had no problem telling the motherfucker I don't know.
Very wise. Very wise. It's called divine knowledge of self, not divine belief in self.
So look, deep, when you go back to the biblical dialogue, right? And we look at all of the stuff that they tell us not to do, but the God in their Bible is sending people to do the same shit they telling us that we ain't supposed to do. So their God is a hypocrite to start with. He a hypocrite out the gate. He tell me don't kill, then send me to kill 40 motherfucking thousand motherfuckers. All right, look. Enlil is Yahweh. Yahweh is the God of the biblical Hebrews. The biblical Hebrews are the ones who came to replace the earth-born Adamites, those from the ruddy red earth. The whole biblical narrative is a narrative to control masses of people. It's all about control of resources by controlling the number one commodity, those who harvest the resource. Fuck the resource. So look, we want to control the motherfuckers that harvest it.
So look, you have said something that was deep, and I definitely understand what you mean when you said it. You know, and I was just breaking this shit down to the brother Heavy the other day. How, you know, Inky is Yahweh. You feel me? So we was basically talking about the Elohim, and I'm trying to tell him, you know, because of course my master teacher Baba Yanun.
Enlil Yahweh.
Exactly. Baba Yanun.
Inky is Adonai in the Bible.
Okay. Adonai. Yeah. So I was trying to break it down. He was trying to tell me that the Elohim is something else, and I'm like, yo, it's basically the ancient Anunnaki. You feel me?
That's what it is.
And I knew is the Most High, the Father. You feel me? The Father of Enki and Enlil and all the other ones. You feel me? Anu is the Most High. That means Most High. But he was trying to tell me like, no, it's not the Sumerians. It's some ancient Egyptian shit. But it was like, I'm like, bro, you know, it's deep, man. But
in
you just
Egypt, they
confirmed
call the
some shit.
Naro.
Mm-hmm.
And not called Elohim in Egypt. They call it Naro.
So, I mean, do you understand that perspective too? Like the Netaru being the Elohim?
Right, but them was people. All this guy shit is talking about people that they want to aggrandize as a movie stars thousands of years after they die.
Right, so they deified them. And some of them became anthropomorphic, like Tudi, you know, a bird man. I mean, a flesh and blood man with a bird head.
No, that's because his totem animal was the Bengal bird. His totem animal. So they used the totem animal in him as a chimera.
Right. So
like Sobek
I mean,
is the alligator or crocodile.
Right. Would you consider Tudi to being anthropomorphic?
Tudi was a real person. Anthropomorphism is to make God into a man. That's what anthropomorphism is. Tudi, he just the teacher of the ages. He was the one who was the earthborn, and he was the one who was the crown prince of heaven on earth. They never wanted him to ascend to power because they knew he would kick all of the Anunnaki that wasn't from Ainana and Enki's line off the planet. I mean, all Anu children got to go. All Enki children that's not earthborn by earthborn women got to go. And Enlil and all his little rotten ass bastards got to go. So the story is told in several places. It's the Ramayana. Ram is Tudi. His alter ego in India is the Hanuman. In China, he's called the Monkey King Sun Wukong. In the Middle East, they couldn't stand him, so they named him Nimrod. Only one that the gods feared. Why did they fear him? Because he's the only one that can take their power, because he had both Y chromosome paternal right to rule and X chromosome inheritance from his mother. They couldn't adjust for that, because all they came to Earth with, all Enlil children came to Earth with, is the Y chromosome rights to kings. That's why they say in kingship was lowered to the earth from the Anunnaki. Before that, it was matriarchal rule. You rule by a council of elders that got life experience that'll keep you from doing dumb shit. And if you get too big for your britches, they will replace your ass, no matter who you is. Right? So that was how you had a perpetual system of checks and balance. The whole concept of Lucifer, since somebody mentioned it in the comments. Lucifer means the illuminated one. The story of Lucifer is the story of Ainana and her son. Now, the story is told in Norse mythology as Loki. Loki is the son, and the ice princess, Isis, is his mama. In Egypt, they call her Offset, but when you move to the Latin, it becomes Isis. When you read it in Greek, I-E-S-O-U-S, they translate it as Jesus, but it still spells Isis. Right? So they telling you the story, but they scatter it out so you can't put the pieces together.
Exactly.
Right? And once you put the pieces together, you be like, hold up, wait a minute, man. This shit ain't right here. Somebody did some dirt. Now you got to find out what the dirt was. Now you find yourself going through the Vimana Sutras, studying the Vimanas Wars to get a time frame to work from. You know, so now this is the Galactic Council interference is called the bands of the Pleiades in the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
The seven stars, right?
That's the light lot. Okay. Now the Pleiades constellation in the sky is mirrored on the ground as the Canary Islands.
Okay. The
Canary Islands is one of the strongholds. It was a portal there. They recently blew that bitch shut. That's why they never blew that volcano, because they closed that Stargate. Right? It was a 3-point tracker to Earth from another dimension. And it was it It go from La Palma to Alaska to the Pacific down by close to Hawaii. If you go back, you'll see we had a volcano blew up under the water in the Pacific Ocean about a year, maybe a year and a half ago. Around the time that La Palma was bubbling up, the Army Corps of Engineers stopped the volcano with other engineers from around the world because they had to close the portal.
Right.
The volcano was artificially activated because if they don't close the portal, they was gonna flood that bitch with lava. But the portal had 3-point connection. Remember how GPS worked? The 3-point connection is called triangulation.
Yep.
That's the triangulation for Earth from a different star system. And we had to get rid of that shit. You know, I still got the video on one of my devices when the body was floating up out the Pacific, but they wasn't reporting that shit.
Right.
Motherfucker.
So what you think about these new hurricanes? Because you know I'm finna move back to Puerto Rico in December, and I know they getting hit. Florida getting hit. What's your thoughts on the hurricanes? Like, do you think those hurricanes were provoked by man, or is just they naturally done?
Okay, now